Hey everybody, today Rahdo runs down Prowler's Passage, which is a two-player set collection game where we are each the leader of a thieves guild competing to tunnel under the city and rob the place blind. And the way it works is on your turn, you take one of your little tunnel tokens here, and you can put it on any of the legs of the underground network that's below the city. And then you end up collecting some loot. You can see all these tokens I'm going to put out here randomly. And finally, you exert influence on the city. So for starters, the green player might come over here. This is a particularly good spot, in fact. So I have stolen one set of books. These are actually law books. They are blue, which means the political class is very, very interested in those. But more important than the fact that I've stolen that, I have now exerted influence on the blue politician class twice, because I think that was the only place where I had two of the same type of location next to each other. So I've done that, and that means boom, boom. I now am in the lead for control over the politicians of the city. Okay, that was my turn. It is now Jen's turn. She grabs one of her lovely lavender passages. And where is she going to go? Well, she can go any place as long as she ends up picking up a token. But there is a fair bit to consider, because every time you play, 3 random objectives are going to be assigned to this completely randomly generated city. There's a bunch of tiles I didn't use when I built this. And as you can see, there's a bunch of different objectives. Every time you play, you're going to have different things you're shooting after. In this one, the first player to steal 2 statues gets 3 points. The first player to control 1 district by 5 or more, and I'm on my way to that. If I can keep pushing this blue, I could maybe score 6 points by really exerting control. And let's see, the first player to collect 2 items each of 3 different loot tiles gets 5 points. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. And so what might Jen want to do to chase after that? Well, here's an interesting thing. If Jen goes here to exert influence over the merchant class and the rich people by and grabbing these keys, there will only be 1 space left to take before this statue is stolen. You can see, once this and this Prowler passage has been built, whoever did the last one gets this statue. The statues aren't worth much. They're just 1 or 2 points, depending on how early you get them. But in this game, they're worth more because there's an achievement. So if Jen goes here or here, she's setting me up to be able to get that statue. Although there's an interesting element to it as well. I think Jen is. She's going to try and take control of the situation by building her tunnel right here. Okay. And she got shovels. 2 shovels, in fact. And now what that means is she has exerted influence over blue, over the politician, so it's coming back her way, and also over this purple-pink market. So this is moved in her favor. And now, whenever you grab a double shovel, you double the strength of that influence. So Jen has undone all the work on the politicians, and she's now double on the merchant class. And so maybe she's chasing after, trying to just get a few more here. So that's what that did. And otherwise, shovels are no value to you. There's no set collection reward, unlike collecting these. Alrighty. So that was her turn. And now it is my turn. And you know what? I mean, it's kind of hard to resist. She's given me this statue. So I'll just go on ahead and place here. Although, interestingly, that would not have been my first choice. So I'm placing here. I've now got some keys. And the merchants are coming back to me, and the rich residences, the rich people, are kind of on my side. Now, one of the key things you're trying to do throughout this game is build the longest uninterrupted passage you can, because there are a lot of points to be scored the longer your passage is. Specifically, this little score reference here tells you that for every space along your longest passage, you get 2 points. So it can go up to 12, 14, 16, 18 points. And this happens both times we score. Now, we're going to score twice, once at the mid-game and once at the end. So the longer you can make your passage, the better. My passage is now 2. But by Jen doing this, she's kind of forced me to kind of go off around this way instead of just coming right down the center. So we'll see how well that works out for her. All right. But more importantly, also, I have stolen the first statue. Now, the scoring will happen once 2 statues have been stolen. So as soon as one of these others gets stolen, then we will have the mid-game scoring where we deal with all of these. Also, if I am the second player to steal a statue, I'll get this achievement as well for an extra 3 points. So Jen's turn now. And let's see here. Jen is just going to go right up the center and keep on trying to make a long line. So now she's got some books, and the politicians are heading her way. And she is not giving me core. I'm not getting anything. Now, Jen controls 2 regions, and I control nothing. Alrighty. When we get to that scoring section, not only will we score for our longest path, and a point for every statue we've stolen, and consistently higher and higher amounts of points for each of the basic loot things we've stolen. So we want to try and set collect and get as many of these as possible. But we will score for every building type that we control. Currently, Jen controls 2, I control nothing. And Jen wants to keep it that way while working on her longest path. Okay. So that was her turn. It is my turn again. And so now, if I want to start, I cannot go on the outskirts. So I pretty much have, I could go this way or this way if I want to keep building my road. Now, I don't have to. I could go anywhere I want if I was trying to set collect. But again, I want my path to be long. So am I going to come over here or over here? This way I'd get some coins and interact with the markets, bringing them back to me. And actually, I'll just reset everything to normal. Yeah, I think I will. So here we go. Now I've got 1 of 3 types of loot. If I can get a second one of each of these, I'll complete this objective. And in the meantime, both of these have come right back to me. So everything is maintaining equilibrium. Okay, Jen's turn. So she is going to... She's already grabbed shovels once. I think she's going to do it again. She's going to come... Well, she comes over here. She can exert double influence on blue. She'll also exert double influence on white. And that's interesting because when we score the white castles, the royalty, you lose a point for every shovel token you've got. So Jen will lose some points, but you get points for all the pairs you've collected. But more importantly, this is a shovel that could let Jen try to get more majority while making her line longer. But she's already gotten 1 shovel. I don't think she necessarily wants to do that. The other thing, this particular statue, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 roads that have to be collected before that statue goes. So where's Jen going to go? Well, if she goes this way or this way, she ends up getting... Or she could come up here or over here. Let's have her. Jen would like to start getting some more books, I think, to try to start collecting, because the more of a given type of thing you get, the more points. And there are only 1, 2, 3 more books. Now, Jen doesn't have to slowly build over there. She could just rush right out and get them. She could just jump straight here. And so now that she has 2 books, that's 3 points. If she gets 3 books, that's 6. If she gets 4, that's 10. And there will be no more books. And Jen's hoping she can get this space later so that she can continue. But, she could come around this way maybe if I cut her off. But the question is, will I cut her off to keep her line from getting longer? So anyway, she's done that. She is now working on controlling the residence and the palace, which he doesn't necessarily like. Although this is 3 points minus 2 is 1, so that's not the end of the world. So that was that. And now, 2 more spaces, and that statue will be collected, and then the mid-game scoring will happen. Let's see here. Me, I'm still just trying to get 2 of everything. If I extend this, I gotta go with shovels. And shovels can be pretty handy, particularly because these shovels would lead me over here to some more keys, so I could collect more keys. Let's go this way. And hey, blue is on my side again. White is coming on back. And a single shovel instead of a double. Double lets you double both of your influence. A single lets you exude 1 over anything, even if you weren't placing. So I could say, grab this yellow, the banking district. And the more control I have over the bank, the more yellow tokens I want. You always want to have, whichever buildings you're going to control, when the scoring comes up, you want to have a lot of tokens that match that color. And right now, I'm planning to come over here and get these keys. So what I really want to do is control the brown. So I'm going to take that away from Jen. Even though I didn't exert, I've taken that from Jen. So that was my turn. And Jen says, oh, nice. She can still make her line. I didn't cut her off. Or she can make another. Oops, these have gotten shuffled around here. There we go. There's where they're supposed to be. She can make another big jump. And hope for the best. She's going to come over here and grab more books, just focusing like a laser on the set collection element. And that puts her back on white, and it puts her back on brown, which I'm unhappy about because I'm trying to collect more keys. Okay, so that was Jen's turn, my turn. Alrighty. Right, so I finally made it over to these keys. I will come here, That's 2 keys. Now if I just get one more book and one more coins, I'll have done this particular achievement. And in the meantime, the bank is mine, as is the market. I now control 3. I so want to get a statue stolen, but none of these statues are even close, because if I can do it when I'm in control of most, I'll have a lot of scoring opportunities. And that was my turn. Jen's turn. Well, she can't believe I let her do it. She's grabbed the last book. And I was just about to get that book for the other thing. Right, and so Jen still wants to connect all of this. Alrighty, and so the bank goes back to her. The residence gets more strongly in her possession. Oops. Let's see here. Where was this supposed to be? Why was that there? Should have been... Oh, should have been over here. There we go. All right, that was just a little bit off. Okay. So that was that. She's moved her way up. She now has 4 books, which are 10 points at the end of the game. Alrighty, although she's really not focusing on any of these objectives at all. My turn. And while I would like to continue pushing my line, I think I'm just going to have to cut Jen's line in half. Boom, just completely cut her off. I've got a new type of good, so I'm not getting closer to completing this achievement, but hey, I'm stronger on the politicians, and this is coming back my way, and Jen's a little bit worried. Will she be able to bring everything back? If she comes here, now this is interesting. If she comes here, then this statue can be gotten. And she does not want me to get the second statue, because then I'll get that particular achievement. So, she will work around... But she would like to solidify her lead. So she will go a different way. She's going to start trying to come over this way and connect around that way. So she's gotten some keys, and politicians coming back, and the tug of war continues. Now, Jen has 2 pairs. If she gets another key, she'll have 3 pairs. So having control of this could be worth a lot, because that's what the palace rewards you for. Okay, my turn. And... let's see. Now I've got this thing that'll never connect my line. I better come over here. I'm still trying to get as long a road as I can. So hey, there's my second. If I can't get a book, but if I get one more coin, then I will have completed that achievement. And that gave me more strength in the bank, more strength in the politicians. I control 3. It is Jen's turn. She says, boom, her line continues to get longer. That's her second key. She's got another pair, and this is even stronger for her. And the banks come back. It's getting, we're getting really close. And in fact, actually, there are 2 ways the mid-game scoring can happen. It's either when 2 statues have been stolen, or, as it happens, when each player has 5 passages left. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jen's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I've lost one of her passages. We should have an equal amount. Oh, here it is, 6. So we're going to score after this round. So it's all coming down to this. Where am I going? I can go a little bit longer. I would like to get that achievement. So that means I need to get coins. It's not going to make me any longer, but I want to get those coins. So boom. I've got a double. That's it. I've completed. This is 5 points I've earned for myself for completing that achievement. And the castle comes back, and this comes back. Okay, and Jen is in the driver's seat. This is her last one. If she can get a yellow and a brown, she'll control both of those. Is there a yellow and a brown adjacent? Yes, there is. Jen is going to get some of this. Yellow and brown. Boom! We are going to do the mid-game scoring, where we go down this. The game comes with a little, sheet, so you can just keep track of everything. And how does it work? Longest line. Mine is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Which is 12 points. Jen's is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We really kind of going after stuff. So Jen's is 10. So I write down 10 and 12 for each of us. I've got 1 statue. Jen doesn't have any. Jen has 4 books. That's 10. 2 keys. That's 3. 1, goods. That's 1. So, and me, I've got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 for that. Good. And now we score each of the 5 buildings. Whoever controls the bank, that's Jen, gets 1 point for every coin. She has no coins, but also 5 points straight out. So Jen just got 5 points. Whoever controls the politicians gets 1 for every book. I've got 1 book and 2 for everything you control. So I get 4 for controlling both of these. Whoever controls the market, that's also me, gets 1 for every market good. So that's 2 points. 1 for every achievement, 1 for every statue, and 1 for every space it's in control. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoever controls the residence gets 1 for every key. Here's 2 points for her. And points based on your longest line. Jen's was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Jen got 3 points, but it can get even more if she continues to control it. And whoever controls the castle loses 1. Jen loses 1 for this, but she gets 3 for every pair. So that's 1, 2, 3 pairs. So that is 9 points, and we've done the mid-scoring, and now things continue until we've used up all the rest, and then we do final scoring, and that's a quick rundown on Prowler's Passage. That should give you a pretty good idea of how it flows. This game is such a brilliant little puzzle. From the designer of Sentient, which was also an amazing puzzle game, Jen and I really enjoy this. The tug of war, that's ever present, the set, trying to focus on set collection, longest line, or achievements really pushes you in different directions. It's a blast. J. Alex Keverin, you're somebody to be watched. You make very fun, puzzly little games, and Jen and I have definitely enjoyed Prowler's Passage. That's the rundown, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Have a very nice day. Talk to you later. So long. Bye-bye.